Hey guys, this is Chetan for Gizmo Times and you're watching a quick unboxing and a hands-on with the OnePlus N10, the Nord N10, a mid-range smartphone launched by OnePlus, not in the Indian market, but we hope this could launch in India anytime soon, but it's just a hope. And the fact that we are hoping this to launch is because this comes with the 5G connectivity and OnePlus is yet to enter the mid-range market except for the OnePlus Nord, which had the Qualcomm Snapdragon 765G. This one comes with the Snapdragon 690G. So that's again 690 actually, not G. Snapdragon 690 5G 8 nanometer chipset, and N10 is the name. There were two devices launched. One was this and one was the N100, and this one has a pretty decent specifications. They don't the phone doesn't have any heavy specs based on what we know OnePlus for. I mean, OnePlus has flagships at that premium level with everything packed into it, but the mid-range smartphones don't have much to offer. This one is the Midnight Ice, and there's only one color that we know of, that is this Midnight Ice itself. And this comes with a 6.49-inch Full HD plus resolution display, but it's not AMOLED. So starting with that itself, it's not AMOLED, but still OnePlus has managed to keep it at 90 Hz refresh rate. So at least the company is thinking to give it a smoother UI and a smoother scrolling, but in the end the colors won't be as good as what we have seen on the OnePlus Nord and the other OnePlus flagships earlier. So 6.49 inch is the size, and it comes with a Gorilla Glass 3 protection. So remember that as well. OnePlus has been compromising a bit too much on the mid-range series here, but since it's not in India, we aren't sure whether it will be coming anytime soon. If you open up the box package, let me first show you what all comes in the box package. This OnePlus branding, and you would first find the SIM ejector tool towards the bottom. Then you have the booklets, which include the quick start guide, and then the safety information, and also the highest SAR value, that's the SAR value. There's a complete list of different regions and where the SAR value actually applies, and this is something that is important for OnePlus and also for users in different countries. We haven't seen much of that worry in the Indian market. People don't really care, except for the fact that if that's under the permissible limit, that's okay. Otherwise, people don't really care about those numbers and those SAR values. That's what we have seen actually. And now, apart from that, this is the smartphone. This is the OnePlus N10, the Nord N10, and you can see it comes with that glossy back, but clearly this is plastic, so there's no glass back, there's no protection on the back, it's just a glass. So one thing that again is a compromise is that you don't even find a case in the box. You'll have to buy a case separately in case you are planning to buy the smartphone. Remember that. And on the back you see that combination of four cameras, where you have a primary 64 megapixel camera, there's an 8 megapixel wide angle camera, 2 megapixel depth and 2 megapixel macro. The same kind of combination that you have seen on several mid-range smartphones under 15,000 or $250 in India. And you have the fingerprint sensor on the back. You don't see it on the side, or this is not a in-display fingerprint sensor. It's the basic side back fingerprint sensor. That's, again, I would be pretty much okay with that because back fingerprints are never bad. Now, this is how the front of the device looks like. It comes with that punch hole display and the notch towards the corner left, and then you have the 6.49 inch. I mean, for the size of the display, it actually is a good one. 6.49 is not a bad size at all. And if you go into the benchmarks, here are the benchmarks for the Snapdragon 690, the Geekbench scores, and then you have the Antutu score. For Antutu, again, it seems like a decent chipset because it comes with almost 3 lakh score, and in that the CPU score is quite good. GPU doesn't seem that strong when we talk about only the numbers on the benchmark we have, because we have seen quite a few other chipsets in this price range having better GPU scores, and this was the update available on the device as soon as we unboxed it. Now let me keep this aside and show you what else comes in the box package. Basically, you don't find anything else apart from only the charger and the cable. Thankfully, we are still seeing the chargers here, otherwise that would also be obsolete in a few months. We've been already seeing a couple of brands doing that, and even with Xiaomi going up with the Mi 11 without a charger, Samsung also giving that indication that the next Samsung flagship won't come with a charger. So probably again OnePlus might also take the same step. So you have the dash charger here with the 30-watt output. That's 5V6A or the 5V2 at 10 watt. So there are two standard supports here. So that's what you get in the box package. Now if we get back into the device itself, as I said, this comes with a 6.49 inch display towards the front. You have a 16 megapixel f2.1 selfie camera over here on the top, and this comes with Android 10 or the latest Android version, that's Android 10, Android 11 updates should come on this anytime soon, but right now it's still on Android 10. And these are the major specifications. Snapdragon 690, 6GB RAM, 128GB is the only variant that we know of, and that's the only one selling there. And 64822 is the combination. 2 megapixel macro sensor. I mean, what help would it do? We're not really sure about it, but then again, that's what is being offered here. If you take a quick look into the camera application, you have a lot of options here. Obviously, you have the photo, video, portrait, nightscape, as well as the pro mode, and you have options for slow motion, panorama, and time lapse. Now, if you go into the settings here, that's towards the top, you see the ultra short HDR option being made available there. The aspect ratio can be changed, and under the video recording, you have the options of 1080 30 fps, 1080 60 fps, 4K 30 fps, and 4K Cine 30 fps. So you can't record 4K 60, that's obvious. Again, for the front facing, you have 1080 30 and 60. So these are the options under the video resolution. Now, if you go at slow motion, you can see 720p videos being captured at 240 fps. That's the slowest videos that you can capture on the OnePlus Nord N10. And shot on OnePlus watermark, ultra wide lens correction. This is something that would actually give us stretched out images otherwise if you go with the ultra wide, but you have that correction option given there. And this is kind of stabilized even for the wide angle camera, if you can notice it here, but it's not OIS, it's all gyro EIS being used here for the stabilization of the videos on the regular mode, on the wide angle, or any camera. The 2x is not something that is physical, it's just the digital zoom. There's no optical zoom present here. So if you go into the photo and try to take the 2x capture, you can see that it's actually taking in quite a good amount of details here. Now this is a standard capture that is just done with the 2x camera, and this was a 64 MP camera that was used, and 64 MP mode that was used here to take the capture. And this is, I mean, a pretty far enough image, but since it's the highest resolution that we captured it on, it tried to take in quite a lot of details. And if we go into the about options of this one itself, under the details you can see the picture size is 9.85 MB and the resolution is 9248 into 6944 pixels. So quite a heavy capture actually. So these are the options under the camera, and you have the option of 64 and 16 MP on the top itself. And if you go back to 16, you can now switch to the macro mode in case you want to take those macro captures. So that's with the camera application, and those were the benchmark scores as I had shown earlier. Under the pre-installed applications, you don't have these three apps pre-installed. That is what I have installed by myself for actually using them. Now, apart from that, you have the assistant, the calculator, and the other Google apps that come pre-installed here. There's also game space for the gamers. We'll be doing the gaming demo of this one on this channel, as well as on our gaming channel, that's Gaming Josh, because we want to see how good is the Snapdragon 690 for gaming. It won't be that heavy or good, but still, if it's okay enough for a mid-range user, we'll let you know for this, and we'll be doing the PUBG Mobile gameplay for the same. And you have all the other basic Google applications. You also don't see FM radio pre-installed here, so that's not available here. Podcast is something that is pre-installed, and these are the only options under the display settings. If we go into the display settings, you'll see the refresh rate switcher. You can actually switch the refresh rate between 60 and 90, and we are not sure if this has the automatic or the adaptive refresh rate option there. Front camera display area, if you want to have the entire notch present there, it would show it as a full-fledged pixel kind of notch, and otherwise you can have it in this way. So I would rather prefer it to have only on the corner and not the full area being black. And apart from that, you have the night mode, reading mode, and also the ambient display option. You have this, lift up display for the contextual info and also the new notifications. So that's the ambient display being shown here. And you also have the on-screen navigation option. So right now we have the bottom navigation area, which is what I usually prefer, but many users would actually prefer this one, where the space is saved. You can just go back from here and swipe up to go to home, swipe up and hold to go to the different recent applications. So that is something that is available, and that's a part of Android 10 itself, and Oxygen OS actually adapts itself to this one very well. So these are the major features and the specs of the OnePlus Nord N10, a pretty decent and a basic OnePlus smartphone. At least in terms of OnePlus standards, we can say this is a basic smartphone, because OnePlus is known for its flagships, which they call as flagship killers, but then they are heavily priced right now. But then in this Nord N series, or this basic series, I would say if this arrives into the Indian market, we would expect it to be under 20,000 rupees, or if it goes over that, then obviously the OnePlus Nord should be a better choice. But only if it launches in India. This should be quite a good choice considering this comes with the 5G chipset, and knowing that we might be seeing 5G in a year or two, this could be a future-proof device for those who are looking at it. So that's it guys, this was a quick unboxing and a feature overview of the OnePlus Nord N10 smartphone. I hope you like this video. If you do, share and subscribe to Gizmo for more. Thanks for watching. See you next video.